Hi, my name is Zane Court and welcome to EA3007 Nitrogen Runoff presentation. This video will focus on nitrogen runoff and its implications, specifically how it impacts the environment in far north Queensland and what is being done to reduce and monitor it. But first of all, we need to understand what the nitrogen cycle is and how it turns into nitrogen pollution. The nitrogen cycle is a biochemical cycle by which nitrogen is converted into multiple chemical forms as it circulates amongst the atmospheric, terrestrial, and marine ecosystems. However, in high concentrations, nitrogen can become a pollutant. Nitrogen pollution is the process where too many nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus, are added to bodies of water and can act like a fertilizer, causing excessive growth of algae. Nitrogen can run off the land in urban areas where lawn and garden fertilizers are being used. Since the 1860s, the mass production of cane and banana farming has increased in far north Queensland, which means that there is an increase in fertilizer being used, which is highly concentrated with nitrogen and phosphorus. Due to the high influx of rain during the monsoon seasons in far north Queensland, nitrogen will leave the soil as it is negatively charged and will flow with the water downstream into gullies, which will eventually lead to creeks. These creeks can eventually lead to dams and other catchment areas, which will eventually flow downstream to the ocean. In Queensland, this can be quite problematic as the Great Barrier Reef is along our coastline. The Great Barrier Reef is highly sensitive to nitrogen levels, and with the increase of nitrogen from fertilizers, this can be detrimental to the Great Barrier Reef's health. As I mentioned before, nitrogen can also increase an excessive amount of algae blooming. This can clog up waterways and pollute different river systems, thus causing a lack of oxygen within the ecosystem. Due to the impact that nitrogen pollution can cause on the environment and waterways, it is crucial that we monitor nitrogen levels within water streams, as it will not only impact the environment, but it can also impact other industries such as tourism and the social and economical value of Queensland. So now we are going to get into what is being done to reduce and monitor nitrogen levels in far north Queensland. Tony Webster is an agronomist that works at CSIRO and focuses on cane farming and the impacts and implications of nitrogen runoff within the cane farming industry of Cairns region. Tony Webster has built his own gauging station and engages with stakeholders such as cane farmers to see if he can work on their properties and see the amount of nitrogen runoff that is being spilt into the waterways. In doing so, Tony Webster will collect data on different farm sites and show stakeholders how they can improve and reduce the level of nitrogen runoff using different fertilizing methods. Another method being used is the nitrogen gauging station in Innisfail. As Alicia Buckles from Terrain explains, that this station gauges the level of fluctuation from the Innisfail Creek, which experiences drastic increases in water volume during the wet season. This gauging station is vital and placed in this area as Innisfail surrounding areas is predominantly used for agriculture and farming. This station collects data daily, as this data can be used to produce graphs which are shown to farmers to give them a visual representation of nitrogen. Alicia's team can also give advice on different practices to farmers to reduce the amount of nitrogen being used on their farms. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned a lot about nitrogen runoff within far north Queensland and what is being done to reduce and monitor it.